guys, welcome to Motoroids. My name is Amit and this, as you know, is the MG Comet, the most economical electric car that you can buy in India. And when I say economical, it's not just the most economical car to buy as in off the showroom, but also the most economical car to run, own, and if you are going by MG's reputation in India, the resale value is also very high. So in that sense, when you're going to sell it in the used car market, you are probably going to get the best bang for your buck as well. Now, before I give you the entire mathematics of how much money this car is going to save you over a long run, let me just tell you who this car is meant for. So this car definitely cannot be your first and only car in family, especially if you are willing to take it out on the highways. As MG also says, this car is not meant for high-speed highway driving. So if you're going to be using your car primarily within the city, especially if you're going to be using it primarily for your commutes to work, if it's going to be a second car in home which is going to be used by your better half to drop the kids to school, for the odd errands, all of those things can be taken care of by this car very well. Also, if you're in a metro where you face a lot of stop-start traffic, lack of parking spaces, this car is simply stellar in those kind of situations. There is no other car which can match this car as a city runabout. It's fantastic to drive. The pep and the acceleration initially is fantastic, all the way till 80 kilometers per hour. There is no problem. In sport mode, this can go till 100 kilometers per hour. So from a practicality perspective, if you're going to be traveling alone or with two people or with kids, this car is fine. But if you're going to be going out for a holiday or a weekend with three people, then this car has its limitations. With that out of the way, let us first understand the difference in pricing of the various cars which are there in this segment. The price of the MG Comet ranges from 8 lakh rupees to 10 lakh rupees ex-showroom. Now, to compare it with the Tiago EV, the base variant of that vehicle comes for 8.7 lakh rupees. So if you're comparing base to base, this car is going to save you 70,000 rupees. But if you're comparing it to the top of the line Tiago EV, the difference would be about 2.2 lakh rupees. However, there you get better range also and fast charging. The EC3 is quite expensive and it starts at 11.5 lakh rupees, and base to base the difference is a massive 3.5 lakh rupees. However, for the top of the line EC3, the price is a massive 12.8 lakh rupees, which means that you will save 4.8 lakh rupees if you go with the MG Comet. So the savings are big. Even if you compare it with the base Tiago EV, the difference is 70,000 rupees. But that's just one aspect of the cost savings that you'll make. A very important aspect of this car's technical specifications, which nobody probably has mentioned to you, is A, it has the smallest battery pack, and B, the energy efficiency of this car is the best in the segment. What do I mean by that? For a very small battery pack too, this car gives you a fantastic range, and in that sense, for the amount of money that you'll spend charging this car's battery, it will take you to the longest distance. So in terms of energy efficiency, this car is the best of the lot. Let me just elaborate on that point a little bit. Now, while the battery pack here is only 17.3 kilowatt hour, it goes for 190 kilometers in the real world, while the ARAI number is 230. So the ARAI to real world range of this car also is the best, 230 to 190. The Tiago has a battery pack of 19.2 kilowatt hour. The ARAI number there is 240, but the real range there is only 160. It has a bigger battery pack also of 24 kilowatt hour, and the ARAI number there is 315 kilometers, but the real world range is only about 25 to 30 kilometers more than the MG Comet at about 215, while the MG delivers 190. The EC3 comes with a massive battery pack of 29.2 kilowatt hour, and the rated range there is 320, but the real world range there is also about 220, which is about 30-35 kilometers more than this. So as you can see, because of its lightweight, better battery and better power management, this car manages to deliver more kilometers for a smaller battery pack as well. What that translates into is that while you're charging the car from 0 to 100%, the number of units that you spend are going to be used more efficiently, and therefore the money that you spend on running a car is going to be less than the other cars in the segment. How much? Let's have a look at that as well. Now we are making an assumption that per unit cost of electricity would be 8 rupees, and going by that, if you multiply that by the battery capacity, the price that you'll pay for a full charge on MG Comet is 140 rupees. For the Tata Tiago EV base, you will pay 14 rupees more at 154. For the Tata Tiago long range, you'll pay 192 rupees, which is 52 rupees more. And for the EC3, you'll pay about 234 rupees, which is about 96 rupees more. Which brings us to the rupees per kilometer number for all of these cars, and that is the lowest for the MG Comet at 0.73 rupees or 73 paisa. For the Tiago EV, it's 96 paisa. For the Tiago EV long range, it's 89 paisa. And for the EC3, it's 1 rupees 6 paisa. Now for a typical small family where this car is going to be used as a city runabout, we'll make another assumption and have a monthly mileage of about 1500 kilometers. And if you're going to be running this car for about 1500 kilometers per month, let's have a look at how much money do you have to pay for this car versus all the other cars in the segment, and also as compared to a typical petrol car and a diesel car as well. Now with a running of 1500 kilometers per month, with the MG Comet you'll pay 1095 rupees. With the Tiago EV base you'll pay 1440 rupees, that is 345 rupees more. For the Tiago EV long range you'll pay 1335 rupees, which is 240 rupees more. And for the EC3 you'll pay 495 rupees extra at 1590 rupees. If you multiply that number to 5 years, that is the savings that you have every month, into 60, with the Comet you will save 21,000 rupees over the Tiago EV, 14,400 rupees over the Tiago EV long range, and a whopping 95,400 rupees over the Citroen EC3. Now that was about the electric cars, but when you put things in perspective and you compare it with a typical city car like say the Swift or maybe the Tata Altroz, the difference is really massive. Let's have a look at that as well. For petrol, we are making an assumption going by the Mumbai rates today. The petrol is 106 rupees per litre and the diesel is 95 rupees per litre. We are also assuming that a petrol car is going to give you about 16 kilometers to the litre, and we are assuming that a small diesel car is going to return about 20 kilometers to the litre. And with that in mind, the number that we have come to for 1500 kilometers every month is, for petrol you are going to be paying a massive 9,937 rupees per month, and for diesel you'll pay 7,125 rupees. Now you also have to understand that CNG and diesel are expensive, and in both the cases you'll have to pay about 1.5 to 2 lakh rupees extra as compared to their petrol counterparts. And if you multiply the savings that you have on any of the electric cars as compared to the petrol cars, the savings are to the tune of anywhere from 4 to 6 lakhs over a period of 5 years. So the savings are really massive. Now another aspect that you guys would want to know about is the price differential. So now this is pretty well established that this is the most economical car to own, the most economical car to run, and as I mentioned, the resale value of MG cars is also pretty high. In fact, it's one of the brands which gets you the maximum bang for your buck in the used car market. So when you go out in the market and try to sell it, you will definitely get a very good value for this car as well. So if you put everything together, since this is very new, we don't know how much it's going to sell in the resale market, but rest assured that you'll get a very good value for this. But if you put that part aside and compare only the savings on the electricity bills over a period of 5 years, as well as the amount you'll save on the ex-showroom price, let's have one final look at those numbers as well. So comparing the Tiago base variant with the Comet base variant, you'll save a total of about 2.21 lakh rupees over a period of 5 years. If you compare the Tiago top variant, that is the long range variant, with the Comet top variant, although you can always go with the Comet base variant also, as there is no difference in the battery packs, but comparing apples with apples, we are comparing the top of the line variants. Still you'll save 2.25 lakh rupees over the Tiago EV long range. And if you compare it with the EC3, you'll save a whopping 4.5 lakh rupees over a period of 5 years. So that's that, guys. If the requirement that you have is a city runabout, something which is compact, very well made, feature packed, looks very trendy and modern, and something that you don't want to be taking out for long holidays with your family, I really think this has to be the answer for your woes when it comes to owning and running cars. Cars have become very expensive, fuel prices are going through the roof, and if that is an area of concern for you, this car might just be a godsend and can save you tons and tons of money. I really hope that I was able to answer questions about how much it costs to run this little baby here. And if you found this video useful, do hit the like button, share it with a friend, and until next time, this is your friend Amit Changani signing off. Rev hard, rev free. and drive safe.